Glam-Shop has come out with their new Creme de la Creme collection. I bought the eyeshadow palette, I bought 2 of the liquid blushes, the glowy liquid blushes, and I bought 1 of the velvet liquid lipsticks. We're going to be testing it out. Let's get into it. Let's start with this eyeshadow palette. I do have to say, when I opened the package, there was something that I noticed immediately that I wasn't too happy with. This packaging, it is very pixelated. This is not looking very professional. It kind of looks like this was made in paint and it wasn't double checked. And honestly, I would have preferred it if they had just made the cover like totally beige and just with the gold lettering on it, and that was it. Because now it really feels like, how much attention did they pay to this? Like, why has nobody spotted this? Like, this is not something that I spot, I think, because I'm such a packaging snob. I don't think this looks very professional. So I did want to mention that, not because I think you shouldn't buy the palette because of that, but we're going to see about the quality. I haven't tried it yet, but because I do think that this is something a brand should really work on. Then the color story. The color story is a very neutral, muted, cool tone. We have a lot of kind of like softer swatching shimmers. I think they're gonna be nice on the eyes, but we're gonna try it out. This palette does give you quite some contrast with the 2 blacks, the shimmery black and the matte black. I am sorry if you're here to see someone use those blacks. I'm not gonna be using them. I bought this palette knowing that those weren't gonna be for me. I am gonna like see how deep and smoky I can get it using this cool tone brown, which also looks really good. So it's supposed to be a little bit more of a softer cool tone neutral palette. I think it's gonna be nice. We're gonna do a look. I have been enjoying the formulas from Glam-Shop so far. Do have to say that this is probably gonna be a little bit more of a softer formula than what I've tried so far. Then in this collection, I believe there are 4 shimmery liquid blushes. I bought 2 shades. I bought the 2 more cooler tone ones. These are called the Pearly Liquid Blush. I have the shade Marlie Rose. Do I say that correctly? I'm pretty sure I'm not. But this is really like a cool tone purpley shade. I love a purpley blush. I love a liquid blush. I love a glowy liquid blush. So we're gonna test it out. I was really excited to see this formula. And then we also have Guma Balanola. I am so sorry if you are Polish and you're watching this and you're like cringing in your seat. I apologize, I am aware. But this one is more of a cooler tone pink, also looking really nice. I'm just gonna apply one of each on each side. I think they will match. I think they will look good together. And then we also have this velvet liquid lipstick. There's also another more nude shade. I went with the deeper kind of like toned down red. And what is the name of this one? It's called Trendy, that I can pronounce, but I don't see, it says like well of toast. We're gonna be trying it out as well. Okay, let's zoom in. We're gonna start with the eye look. Okay, I'm already wearing an eye primer. I'm wearing a little bit of concealer as well. And I think I'm gonna go in with this shade over here. Would you mind if I don't try to pronounce all of these names? I don't think there is one name in here that I would dare to pronounce. This lighter mauve tone. We're gonna put that in the crease. And I think we're gonna keep this look pretty simple. It's also kind of like what this palette is meant to do. So far I've really been enjoying the mattes by Glam-Shop. They are very easy to use, very blendable. This is really, really nice. It blends itself. Like, it's really easy. And even though I love color, like the right colors can make me really happy when I wear them on the eyes, the palettes that I use the most are neutral palettes. I just gotta be honest with myself. If everybody is like, oh, that's so boring, I probably will use it more often than the very, very exciting things, even though I might not want to, but that's just the case. I'm gonna put it under my eye as well, a little smoky. I think I'm gonna take a little bit of this cool tone, kind of grayy light shade, more towards the inner part of the eye over here. That is really nice as well. Like, these are the colors I feel good in, that I feel suit me well. I really, really like that. I'm just gonna go over the edges, even though it's already looking super blended. And then I think I'm gonna go in with this darker brown, dark cool tone brown. And I'm just gonna deepen up the outer corner. I was interrupted by the postman or by the package delivery man. So I was saying this is looking really nice. Really nice and diffused. I love a good easy matte. I'm gonna put that brown on the lower lash line as well. Just on the outer part. Connecting it. Gonna go over the edges with a blending brush. And gonna go back in with the residue of the brush with the color on it. I am gonna take a little bit of this even lighter greigey beige. Gonna blend the edge here with that. Because I want depth, but I also want a sort of soft look. Okay, let's see what I want to do for the shimmer. I think a lot of these shimmers are pretty light. I think I want to go into this kind of brown one, and then we'll use maybe this shade as well. This kind of like silvery one. So I'm just gonna take that brown with my finger. It looks very smooth. I don't think this is gonna have any sparkle, but it's also the point of the palette. So if you want really sparkly shades, and that's maybe what you're used to from Glam-Shop, maybe this isn't for you. Like, this is definitely a satin. It looks very flattering on the eye. It's really beautiful, but it's definitely... Oh, I'm taking the shade next to it. I now have the shade next to it on my finger. I was not paying attention. This shade. Should I apply a little bit of that as well? Now that we're already halfway there. Okay, let's replicate that over here. Like, that brown shade is very subtle and soft. Okay, going back with the brush for the outer corner because I feel like I lost a little bit of depth. And I want it back. I'm gonna take this lightest, really light beige in the inner corner and then the silver on the lower lash line. I think that's gonna be good. I think this lightest shade, yeah, it's pretty pigmented. Ooh, that is very pigmented. That's definitely a inner corner highlight. Yes. You don't need too much of that shade. Okay, the silver. Ooh, that one has a little bit more texture. That's actually really nice. I love the addition of that shade in this palette. Sticking to the lower lash line very well. Should I just apply a little bit of that over here as well? Just for a tiny bit of texture. Just a tiny bit. This shade is a little bit more creamy and putty. But I'm happy with the fact that a palette like this has some different options with textures. Like, you can do more than just a very satin shade. Okay, I'm gonna take the dark brown and use it as a shadow liner. I really like that shade for a shadow liner. Adding a little bit here. I have to say, I thought I was gonna like this palette, but I didn't think I was gonna like this look this much. I don't know why, but it's just speaking to me. It's speaking to my soul. I think it's a contrast. I think the fact that there's such a light shade and then there is the dark brown, it's just giving me something. It's giving me life. My eye's a little like teary over here, so that's not the fault of the shadow. That's my fault. I don't know why my eye is tearing up. Usually I don't have that issue. I'm just gonna use a little bit of Cupid's Arrow in Cappuccino by Nabla. And that's gonna be the eye look so far. I'm gonna do some brows, bronzer, and mascara. I am feeling so good about this look so far. I feel like it's kind of giving Winter Wonderland, and that is exactly what I want on my eyes as my look this time of year. Okay, we have two liquid blushes and we have the lipstick left. I'm just gonna apply this more cool tone pink one, the one in Guma Balonora, on one side, and it's looking very shimmery. I hope I'm gonna like this. I hope I'm gonna enjoy it. It is looking really highlightery, like Charlotte Tilbury Pinkgasm level highlightery. Oh, I think I took a little bit too much. Let's see if I can blend this out. Yeah, this is pretty pigmented. Don't take too much. Don't do what I did. Start with a little, not with a lot. Okay, how are we gonna blend this out? It's looking really pretty besides that, but yeah. The pigment is real. The pigment is there. I'm gonna sweep it a little bit. Okay, that is actually really pretty. I think if you sweep it a bit, you get a little bit less like crazy metallic. Like it is a glow blush for sure. But if you stamp it, it's gonna look more metallic. That is the Cool Tone Pink one. I think it's really pretty. I did quite easily like had the option to kind of like blend it out and save it. It's not like not savable, and it does dry down. It was easy to blend. I'm gonna grab my concealer brush and blend the edge a little, or like diffuse the edge a little. Yeah, I think that was actually pretty easy to use, and it looks very pretty. Like, it's not chunky metallic, it is not glittery metallic, it is just a sheen on the cheeks. Like, really beautiful. I don't feel like it's too metallic either, or that it looks like weird or blotchy. I really liked it. I really liked it. Okay, let's try the more cool toned purpley one. And I'm gonna use a little less, like 1 dot. Seems like that would be enough to start with at least. I do love a purple blush, and I recently tried the liquid blushes, the matte liquid blushes from Maybelline, and that purple blush really was so nice. So I'm hoping I'm gonna like this one as much. Like a good purple blush makes me very happy, because when you're cool toned, sometimes things pull pretty peachy quite easily, especially when it's pinks, and then a purple can look very much like a cool tone pink. That is really nice. That is really nice. Are they sort of similar? Like, would you be able to really tell that I was wearing different blushes? Maybe not. But, ooh, I like these a lot, a lot. Just the amount of glow and how smooth it is and how easily that blended really is getting me so excited. And it doesn't seem like it's lifting anything up. It doesn't seem like weird or blotchy. And I feel like that is sometimes a problem that I have with these types of blushes, where they are so metallic that they kind of start looking a little blotchy. Like in certain like angles, it just starts looking a little weird. I think I can just leave it like this. I don't think I really need to balance it out. Like, I'm gonna film another video. I don't think it's gonna be noticeable. But yeah, they are different. Like, this one is a little bit more pinky. It has a little bit more of a rosiness to it. And this one is a little bit more cool toned, a little bit more like winter vibes. But that is so nice. I actually really liked it. I might like these more than the Juvia's Place shimmery liquid blushes, which I do like a lot. But those can be a little hard to use sometimes. And these are just so far really easy and really beautiful. I don't really feel like I need a highlighter. I'm just gonna leave it like that. Okay, let's see if the Velvet liquid lipstick is gonna seal the deal. It's gonna be like the cherry on top of this collection, or if it needs to end somewhere, like the good luck. I'm gonna take off the lip balm that I'm wearing right now. So this one is a very velvety, very moussey. This liquid lipstick felt very much like the ABH Velvet Mousse lipsticks. And this is really like a dark, soft red. So let's see if I'm gonna enjoy this shade on myself. Very pigmented. It feels very soft and liquidy. Okay, next time I'm definitely using a lip liner. I feel like that would be a little easier. This took me a bit of time. I think this is a really interesting formula. It's very opaque. It's very liquidy for a moussey velvet formula. It's kind of like a marriage between a liquid lipstick that dries down and a moussey formula. It feels soft. It looks really good and smooth. That's what I really like about the ABH ones. They look very smooth. They really smooth over the lips. They kind of make them look fuller than they actually are. And I feel like this does that as well. I don't think this is fully drying down. It also has a little bit almost of a satin look to it. I'm gonna do a little bit of a kiss test. Yeah, it's not gonna dry down, but I think it's gonna be something that is gonna stay on the lips. Like, the top layer will maybe get on your glass or a little bit on your food, but there's still gonna be like pigment left. So in a way it's gonna last long, but in a more like comfortable way. A little bit more like, for example, the Lunar Beauty ones. Those aren't transfer proof, but because of that, it feels really comfortable and they still wear long. I'm actually really happy with this color and this like formula. I don't know if they have more in this formula or if this was totally new, and I also don't know if the other shade would be for me. Otherwise, I could be convinced to pick that up with my next Glam-Shop order. Like, I'm gonna have to like do a little bit of wear test with this, which is not gonna be today because I'm also gonna be doing a lip swatching video after this. Sadly, I won't be able to really update you on that, but so far, this is really nice. Like, this is looking like it could be one of the ABH lip velvets, and it's very comfortable and smooth. Really like this toned down red. Like, if I wear a red, it's gonna be something like this. It's giving me all the vibes of a true red, but a little bit more like up my alley. So here we have it, the finished look, and I do really like this collection. I feel like everything in this collection was a hit, except for the packaging of the eyeshadow palette, which for this time I will like look through the fingers. Is that a thing in English as well? Like in the Netherlands, you say you look through the fingers if you like don't pay attention to something for this time around. It's like, I will see it through the fingers. That's what they say. Okay, so the eyeshadow palette. I really like the look that I did. I think this was executed really well. Just think for yourself if you would enjoy a eyeshadow palette with a subtle, more softer shimmer formula. The mattes in here work really well, at least so far. Really enjoy them. But yeah, the shimmers, they are a little bit more on the satiny side. I do feel like you can do quite an impactful look, but it's just looking a little bit more smooth. I have a feeling I'm gonna be getting some good use out of this, because often I feel like super shimmery eyeshadows, they are a little much for like work events or like going into the office, things like that. And that is something that is a part of my life. So this could be something that I wear more in my day-to-day life than when I'm filming for YouTube. I think it is really perfect for that. And I really like the cool tones that are in here. These liquid blushes might become my favorites. I think it's a very flattering, super smooth, non-glittery, non-blushy formula. So far, I'm really liking it. I am wearing it on top of like nothing, just my bare skin. Like, I had a little bit of concealer here. This is just my bare skin, and it isn't looking weird. It's not like emphasizing any imperfections. It's just looking smooth. And both sides, both colors are really nice. The liquid lipstick, I have really high hopes for. I think it's very comfortable. It's looking beautiful. I do feel like it's feeling a little bit less creamy now that I have like done the kiss test, but it's still feeling very comfortable. I have high hopes that this is gonna wear long. If it does, then this is gonna be a really nice formula. Okay, that's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye bye.